make sure that that transitioned over right. Perfect. Looks like we are in. If someone can say something real quick, I just want to make sure audio is good. If someone can say something real quick, I just want to make sure audio is good. Perfect. Okay, we should be good. Wait, okay, actually, that's not wrong. Why is the desktop audio not working? Neko, can you say something again real quick? It's not picking up any desktop audio. Why is that happening? Yeah. Try again.
Hello?
There we
Hello.
go. Huzzah.
Yeah. Yay.
I am figuring out OBS. Welcome, viewers, to the Story Told. This is session 4 of Castles in the Air, how they turned out, so we're going to be halfway through at the end of the day. This is still a limited series. I know we've had some scheduling issues. Just please stick with us. All the episodes will be uploaded to YouTube, so if you want to wait, that's also cool, too. We are proud members of the D20 Radio Network, as well as being partnered with Fool's Moon Entertainment. In addition, we are affiliated with Fan Roll Dice. Enter the code STORYTOLD10 into your order to receive 10% off. And with that, I will transition over to Neko, our amazing storyteller and facilitator here today.
Hi, everyone. We're back. So Stephen will not be joining us this week, but we're just going to be working on continuing that transition to adulthood and starting out our play during adulthood. So, Fizz is just still in the city. We'll see him next time around. Last we left off, we had finished up Passage of Time, and we were in the middle of transition to adulthood, so we're just going to pick back up on that. So our next step for everyone is to remove any outdated or unused childhood connections. So if you think there's someone that from your childhood you're like, I don't think they're going to be relevant in my character's life anymore, you can get rid of them. And then after that, we are going to create at least one new connection. The idea is to have 2 connections. So if you got rid of one of your childhood connections, such as Logan did, you get to create 2 new ones. So yeah, we're going to work on that. I think looks like most everyone has gotten a start on that. So I just need to put a few things here.
Yeah, I'm keeping my childhood connection, Tia. She's still around. I do believe she finally has somebody. She's not,
Neko, keep going. I will be
on the market.
Right.
And I did create my second connection. I had to think on it.
Well,
not a very easy connection, but hopefully someone will have fun with it. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I created my first connection, and I kept my childhood connection because, well, I figured that with Leroy's adopted father still around, he might be able to give his son some last-minute advice before he steps down.
Apologies about that. Dog was misbehaving.
It's fine.
I love Drusilla as a name.
I also picked it because it's one of those names that, because it's been used for one of the Wicked Stepsisters, it is kind of sounds evil, so I'm not creating a good character. I'm creating someone who I think is going to be a bit of a temptation to maybe the dark side for Hawk.
Yes.
Yeah, that was kind of my intention with Emerson. It's like, oh, it's very similar to, not as extreme as the first Cedar playtest connection I made in adulthood, but kind of like a lighter, slightly lighter version where Maria's not tied to this person yet, unlike Adi.
And once everyone is done with that, let me know.
I think I'm about
Well,
done. Okay. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm good. I'm done.
Okay. So our next step is we're going to create and spread a rumor to represent the results of our characters' struggle with their bosom enemy. So rumors are a new mechanic now that we're adults. They're kind of the gossip that's going around about your character and the world in general. These can be true. They don't have to be. This rumor that we're creating now is going to be based on how things went during childhood with their bosom enemy and which side they kind of got more on. So if you got more on, say, the negative side, so for example, Logan, yours was impulsive. You got more on the negative side. So your rumor would be something about Oren's impulsivity with kind of a negative bent to it. If you got more on the positive side, you should have a bit more of a positive bent to it. It can be like that. Here's how they took this and harnessed it for good, or it can be that this is no longer as true about them as it used to be. And if you got a little bit of both, try and do something that's somewhere in the middle, has some good and some bad aspects to it. For example, one that I've done before is someone who's controlling might be seen as like a great organizer, but also perhaps of things other people don't necessarily want them to organize. So like, great if you have like a fundraiser you need help with, less good for the day-to-day, that sort of thing. So give that a thought. There's a rumor and scandal tab now, and you're just going to put it in there. This is also you're also going to check the spread box. And what that mechanic is a rumor that is spread is one that people in general assume to be true, whether or not it actually is.
I am taking line 6, so that's where I'll be typing.
I already did Leroy's rumor before, so it says Leroy has returned home from his time at sea and he is no longer a troublemaker.
Sus. I put sus on that. Leroy not a troublemaker? Like, gasp.
the rumor that I created for Hawk is the general store has a lot more on offer than it used to, but Hawk might just burn themselves out trying to perfect it. And Logan, you can go ahead and read yours once you're happy with it.
Yeah. Orin has returned home heartbroken. Rumor it was not. Was that it was? Oh my god! I don't know what I was typing here. Wow. Rumor was that while it was not a fully appropriate match, it was accepted and subsequently ignored. Also, my connection on the sheet too. That it was his own impulsiveness that ended things, a character flaw from childhood. It is a shame he hasn't grown out of that by now. They.
Yeah, I think you were saying you were considering changing Orin's pronouns to he, they. If you wanted to, you can do that. So.
Yeah, I think I might. It keeps kind of wanting to lean that way. And there is a he and they, so you know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that works.
I love a dad joke, so I'm good with it.
And as we all know, our identity is fluid. It can change from year to year, month to month. The rumor I have put is the general. Sorry, read the wrong line for a second. Maria has failed to find a husband as she's decided to take over the bakery instead of her older siblings. Whether or not that's true, we'll find out.
All right, so our next step is record the results of the childhood bosom enemy trackers in the adult bosom enemy trackers. Sorry, players. Sorry, audience, you can't see this, but for our players, we have a brand new tracker that we're going to be using during adulthood on line 24 there. You fill this out from the center outward, and you get one check mark for every 2 marks on a particular side. So if you got 2, you get 1 check mark for that side. If you got 0 to 1, you don't get any check marks for that side. If you got 3, that's still 1 check mark. If you manage to get 4, that is 2 check marks you start out with.
So, for
Makes
example,
sense,
I only have 1 check mark then.
Yes.
Cool.
All right, everyone's done theirs correctly. Excellent. So now we are going to move to the town tab because we have a question here. What are some ways the town or the people in it have changed since you were children? So the one I'm going to add is that the general store has added another story, another floor. It's getting bigger, building upward.
I've already added there's a new railroad in town.
Love that for us.
Yeah, and that's probably part of why the general store has been able to grow, to have a second floor, to have another floor.
It would make sense why my connection has come in. Trying to think of something less practical, more fun. Since we had a couple of fun things when we were children.
I have one while you're thinking on that.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually kind of perfect that you mentioned the new railroad line. The town now has 2 boarding houses, one for women and one for men, that have recently cropped up. So there's new people coming to town, young people, people that we don't know, who are boarders now, and that is probably something very strange to us, in my mind.
And the non-binary people can go to whichever one they want.
Absolutely. Choose the one that most closely matches your gender identity.
Or whichever one you just think has a nicer, like, continental breakfast, you know?
Like I said, whichever one matches your gender identity.
Obviously, the one that offers croissants.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I think just to build on like the details from the childhood phase, it's no longer a single cat that the town owns. It's a whole cat mafia.
Like, oh yeah, like the cats on the Casa Grandes.
Yeah. We might become like that infamous town in Japan where it's just overrun by cats. I think there's also an island of bunnies.
Hey, Diana, with shit. I
Oh,
hate my
sorry,
life.
were you typing?
No.
Okay.
With I know we are partners in crime with Maria still, but should that be switched into old friends or estranged?
Ooh. I think we were having thoughts about that when we had the issue last time.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember. It could be. Honestly, it would be. What do you think? We're still old friends, or do you think we've become estranged? Because like she was still continuing to send letters, even if you didn't respond as often or at all. So, how do you personally feel as you come back? Because just she has a one-sided crush on them now. Yeah.
Right. Let's do old friends then.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I put in love with the idea of Oren. Because she's built up this fantasy of what she remembers from when they were there, and then, oh, you went away and had all these wonderful adventures.
Is this confidant with Oren? That should be someone else, shouldn't it? Was that Fizz?
I don't remember.
Okay, no worries.
Probably. I think it was because
probably,
you guys, if I remember vaguely correctly, you guys did meet up with each other a lot more often.
That's right.
Growing up.
Perfect.
Because you were in the same town. Yeah.
Alright, so our next step is update anything that has changed as a result of narrative events, things like family backgrounds, the fortunes of connections, major characters' relationships to pre-existing connections. So for example, if one of us had if Maria and Oren had gotten married, you might update your family background to represent that you are now part of the old elite. So things in that sort of vein, that obviously doesn't apply. That particular one obviously doesn't apply to our game. That's just an example of a thing that could have happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one fortune is giving Tia, my Tia, a lover. It could be that they're married or they're fiancéed and everything, but yeah.
Good for her. All right. Everyone good with all of that?
I think so.
Well, Since Leroy has officially come back and is starting to work on the apple business with his dad, yeah, I'm good.
Great. So our next phase is we're going to do some upkeep before we get into in-character play again. So the first thing we're going to do is introduce and assign our new connections. So let's just go ahead and go through. Would you like to start, Logan?
Sure. So I have because my grandmother died, I now have David Goldstone. He is a cousin. We went to school together. Probably became Oren's best friend at school. Yes, it says David is a cousin who attended school with Oren and became over the years his best friend. He truly wants what's best for Oren, and family status is not anywhere near the top of his list. He's moved to town and has planned to open a print shop and publish works for readers with discerning tastes.
And you also have one other one?
Right. Merrick Crown, someone else that Oren went to school with. Secret boyfriend who has recently come to town and is probably in said boarding house. And he thinks Oren is uptight and needs to lighten up a bit. They met at school and have had a tumultuous on-off-again relationship in secret. Merrick was a student at this school, but it was deemed an inappropriate match for whatever reason, probably something stupid. And so Oren can never reconcile staying with Merrick and honoring his family. So Merrick has come to town to be like, you're full of shit, and just cause problems for his life. And like Oren insisted on keeping it a secret relationship, and Merrick is like, everyone already knows. What's the what's your problem? And he's convinced that Oren could be happy if Oren would just let himself be happy, rather than like trying to be this person that he's not actually meant to be.
So my new connection is Drusilla Cox, she, her. Age is a lady never tells. She's a reseller of dubious mortals who thinks that Mix McKenzie is capable of earning so much money than they currently are. So much more money. So she buys up stuff from estates in liquidation on the cheap and sells it to merchants who can then resell it. She doesn't do anything illegal, but she does take advantage of people by getting the very best deal out of those who have very little choice in whether or not they are selling their possessions and may not even want to sell them. So kind of takes advantage of desperation is kind of the vibe of this character in order to make money. Capitalism.
Okay, I'll go next. So my connection is Wilson Fields. Him, 21 years old, same age as Leroy, and a more successful friend. Unlike Leroy, Wilson made something of himself by attending university, and upon return to Tree Rivers, he is now a school teacher, teaching at the local school where he and Leroy used to go to. He's basically worried that Leroy has changed and is no longer the adventurous young boy who he used to be when they were younger.
Okay, Diana, that's you.
Oh, no. There you go. Mike didn't want to unmute for a second. I have, let me tap back over. Emerson Price, he, him, 25. He is a customer, a friend, possibly more. He thinks Maria is a fascinating puzzle and has lots of potential. Moved into town a little over a year ago and became smitten with Maria's eccentric personality, how she seems to be one way while working at her family store and another when she does her spiritual nights at the witch's house. He is outwardly a kind and smart entrepreneur who moved here to expand his business, but has a more controlling personality. He likes things in specific ways and loves to find a puzzle and solve it, and thinks Maria is an interesting puzzle. He's patient and willing to play the long game with her.
Right. Any characters that you're interested in playing. So each of us are going to get a new connection. That'll leave two. And one of us is going to be playing Steven's connection. So we'll be leaving one of these connections for Steven to play. but if we need them in this session, I can just take them over. So
I'll be playing as Merrick.
Okay. I could do Emerson.
Ooh, okay.
Emerson sounds
right.
cool.
So I guess that leaves me with Wilson, and Steven can take Drusilla.
Oh, Steven
Okay,
will
and I'll
love.
take.
Steven will love Drusilla, for the record.
I agree. Steven will love Drusilla.
And I will take whoever Steven decides to make. So
Okay.
I'll just put my name there.
All right. So our next one is kind of a fun one. We get to use our monologue tokens. As a reminder, monologues are when you ask a question about something you want to hear what the person, like what the character was thinking about a certain topic or like a moment in time. Since we didn't do any during childhood, we get to do ones from any point in time during the passage of time, which is fun. And each of us have a monologue token to give someone. And what that means is you just let them know, hey, I would love to hear a monologue about this. And you kind of give them the topic and then they will do it. And these can be in like first person if you want to. If you're not feeling like up to that or you just prefer not to, you can just kind of go through like the answer to the question in third person. That's also all right. So give a think about what you would like to hear from someone else. Diana, I would love to hear about Maria's feelings for Oren. Where did that start? Where does she think it's going? That sort of thing.
Sure. Give me 1 second as I finish the update. I forgotten how Google Sheets work, and I'm like, what button is it? Yeah, I kind of was thinking this was going to be my prompt. I think it's like on the heels of like, however, we found out that Oren's finally coming back. You know, so she is kind of baking up a storm, like decided like a theme day, and it's kind of a bit, it's a mix of like because it seems like everybody's coming back, kind of like feeling, even though we don't know obviously that Fizz is late fashionably as always, and so she's made like kind of things based on what everybody likes. So obviously some things she remembers that Oren liked. And this monologue I'm going to do in third person instead of first person right now. Usually I like doing first person, but brain is not braining. So she's like flitting about the store, like getting all the things ready. And she's just like, remembers just how like when Oren was around, was always kind and like trying to like, he was mischievous, obviously not as much as Fizz, not as much as Leroy, but he always seemed confident in himself and themselves, and it was something that Maria had always admired. And I was like, oh, like this is really like, it would be great to be like that, you know, considering that she's the middle child and just always seemed to know before they left, like the right things to do, the right things to say. Was always like, even if they all got in trouble, Oren seemed the type to be responsible in a way that made sense. And of course that calls to her having to be responsible for her siblings and for her family and for the business. And in the and it was in the few letters that she did receive over the years of like that the fact that she received letters, it was one of those things of like, oh, like they cared even how far they away. They're having a whole new adventure, having like new family, or not new family, new friends and everything, and yet I still got a letter. And it's just building up, along with probably her aunt kind of influenced her a little bit with all of her aunt's like romance shenanigans. And it's just like, oh yeah, like there's always like the hero that comes home and will sweep you off your feet. And it's just like, obviously there's a connection here. It's a small connection, and Maria's not naive enough to think that Oren feels the same way, but it's like there's a thread there. Clearly, there's a thread. If I remember correctly, with Fizz hasn't really been keeping much in touch with most of us. It's like, well, there's a reason. Still kind of friends with Fizz, but no, this is important. There's a reason that this is all happening, and her visions and her tarot readings of late, just like it's going to be a grand thing for the both of them once Oren comes home, and she's just very excited to see how he is, how they are, how much they've changed, and wanting to welcome them home so that they can feel happy. That's their priority, is to make Oren feel happy.
Cool. I love that. I would kind of like to see Crow coming into his own as a businessman, because I know that Oren's now in a business relationship with Crow when we were rivals in the past, and I just want to kind of see Crow all grown up as an entrepreneur.
Okay, so upon return into Three Rivers, Leroy, decided, you know what? Sailing isn't for me. Maybe I'll try my hand at entrepreneuring for a change. And he did, much to his father's agreement. And yeah, it wasn't easy for him since he didn't exactly know all the numbers at first. But eventually he got the hang of it, slowly but surely. And he slowly got a bit better at this whole business thing. And he thought, oh, maybe this might not be that bad after all, because I always thought that business was something that older adults do. But now that I'm an adult, it's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he did tip a bit. He basically turned the Apple business into something a bit more, at least extraordinary. And with the new railroad, it made it easy for him to at least ship the apples all the way to the cities.
Okay, cool. So, I think how did we reconnect to become business partners, do you think?
Well, I think it happened over a dinner.
Okay. Like you were in town where I was, I presume?
Yes.
Okay. Cool, I'm into that.
Okay, Crow, Diana, what do you want to hear from either me or Logan?
I'll go ahead if you have an idea, Crow.
I want to hear from Neko. About, about her, let's see, about, about how Hawk is doing along with her business.
So I think we kind of just we as the viewer kind of see Hawk has a whole stack of papers and going over what's popular right now, what are people buying more of, just and there's a lot of burning of the midnight oil to try and understand customer trends and get ahead of this stuff, because to be a good merchant, it's not just about having keeping your store stocked. It's about knowing what to stock ahead of time, and how much is going to be enough but not too much, and so I think that Hawk has gotten really into like data points and like trying to figure things out is like maybe even like like subscribing to some different like magazines and like fashion plates and things to just try and figure out what's going to be popular for like the upcoming season. And like there's like just a huge focus on this, and I think partially they do get a lot of like sense of fulfillment out of it. Partially it's also like they're maybe being a little bit like obsessive and also trying to like fill in other areas of their life, because like they've missed Leroy while Leroy was gone, and like this is something to do. And like I think it kind of started out as that, and it's just gotten more like obsessive.
From Logan, since it would have to come from
We'll just do a monologue from you for Logan, because I just think that we
Okay.
might just end up either we'll just we'll pick a person at random to ask Steven or we'll just like continue on with play and like skip their upkeep monologue and have them do monologue
regular monologue.
as
Okay.
usual during play.
Yeah, sounds good. Logan, what is your feelings coming home, seeing your old friends that you haven't seen most of them in pretty much a decade?
Scared shitless. No. I think despite being like he like broke up with Merrick and came home. So his impulsivity is a little bit more mature now. Like he had a life there, so he just picked up his shit and ran home. So the impulsivity is still there. So I think in a lot of ways he's very uncertain, a little lost, a little confused, not sure what he wants to do. And is just kind of like back here looking for the familiar, the safe. But it's all different now, especially with their grandmother gone. And so they realized that they made this like impulsive choice to return home. It looks different, it feels different. Oren's grandmother's not there, so he's probably been home a week or so and no one's really seen him. He's probably just not even left the house, which is very odd. So people know he's back, but no one's seen him either. It's very liminal.
Right. So that brings us to our final step in upkeep, which is that we're going to review collaboration. So our tone is striving. The world is difficult and can be harsh, but the trials of life can be overcome by working together. Change is constant, and it can be a force for good as well as ill. So our story is spanning a decade. So we can in the future choose to do more passage of times, but we don't have to. We've done the one that we are required to do. We are set in small town maritime Canada. Historical accuracy is a little important. Gender power balance is off. And the racial, ethnic, and religious power balances are off. So our lines are child or animal abuse, avert grief, or on-screen family death. No characters named Luis, Alex, or Davy. Sexual assault and cults. Veils are sex. Ask first for infidelity. Things we want to see in our game: childhood friend romance, a gay storyline, movies, spiritualism, musicals, theater, schoolyard mischief, town lore, superstitions, especially childish one, wise mentors, and town archetypes like the witch who lives on the hill. Is there anything we would like to add or change?
I think I'm pretty good with that list still, to be honest. I can't speak
No.
for everyone else, though.
Do you have something to say, Crow?
No, nothing. I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
And
also
then our
good,
town. Okay. Our town is Three Rivers. We're famous for potatoes, have an uncommonly large cemetery that is non-denominational, which is a point of pride in the town. There's a schoolhouse that has accidentally been painted lavender. The town doesn't have a central language because so many are spoken here. The lighthouse is supposedly haunted. Some of our town people are Astrid Fairmont, who is single and elderly and sometimes viewed as the town witch because no one knows a lot about her. We have Herbert and Ernest who live together and are, not married, but everyone knows they're in a relationship, and it's not because homosexuality is looked down upon. We're fine with that in our world. It's just they're too stubborn to admit they're in a relationship, which I love. There's a weird fish man named Jasper. His house is filled with fish tanks, not for work or anything, just because he likes them. There's a cat in town who doesn't specifically belong to any person and just comes and goes as he pleases, except now we have a whole mafia of those type of cats. And they're called by different names by different families. And we have an apple orchard on the outskirts of town. The town now has a railroad that goes through town. The general store has expanded to add another floor. We have new boarding houses in town. And yeah, so that takes us, that is the end of childhood and all involved with it. So now we are going to move on to our adult cycle of play. And we will be starting with a novel chapter, just like we did in childhood. So what type of novel chapter is everyone interested in?
I think it could be kind of fun to have something where we all kind of run into each other, not unexpectedly. Like some kind of town. I mean, not necessarily unexpectedly, how much unexpected happens in the town, but like some kind of like town hall or town event or something that everyone is kind of expected to go to.
What time of year is it?
Probably in the afternoon.
No, time of year. Like what season?
Oh. All right.
Because I think that could help with be like a good at like town hall-ish activity. Like, is it?
We could also, one thing that is kind of fun to do with this is to have like kind of a replay of the same type of event that we did for our first chapter of childhood to kind of see how things have changed. So we could do the apple picking and like the cidering at the apple orchard, if that's something that we are interested in.
Well, that'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, like, and Oren would have to be there because he's now business partners with Leroy, so like avoiding the town doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I like that. I think both. Sorry, I'm still trying to remember everybody's names.
What year is it?
Sometime in the 1880s, and 10 years farther along than it was when we were children. We didn't decide the exact year when we were children.
So yeah, but yeah, I think Hawk and Maria would have like a bigger stand, like a full-fledged stand by this point, instead of like, I think when we did it, Maria's family only had like a little table of offering apple cider. So yeah, I like that.
What are some scenes we're going to want to see? Let's start out with making a list of those.
Well, I definitely want to see Hawk and Leroy together. See how
Yeah.
how lovey-dovey they are.
All right.
I would love to see Maria and Oren meeting up. I don't know if this is maybe the first time they've met since Oren is back in town. I don't know how long Oren's been back.
Probably about a week. So yeah, this might be the first time they've met since Oren returned. One second. I'd like to see like a scene with Maria and Hawk too.
Yeah. I was also thinking that too.
Yeah, I wanna see in some way like Hawk's vice of being too hyper focused on business. So like we could have that come in and Maria being like, "Hey, you need to chill out."
Yeah. Obviously, we need to see the business partners interacting.
Yeah.
And if we have time, it would be fun to see like some of the new connections. So either like Merrick showing up or Emerson. I could obviously we wouldn't have you do your own connection, Neko, but it would be like if we continue a little bit for next time, Drusilla being a good rival.
Yeah, and like you are allowed to like pass connections out if there's some reason like the person who is in charge of them can't play them, which would be a perfect example for this session. So like if we want Drusilla here, like someone could just grab Drusilla and play her for a bit.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so funny.
that's-
You titled like Reseller of Dubious Morals, and I'm like, Dubious Morals? What kind of store is that? And it took me a moment to realize, oh no, not like that.
All right. What would we like to start with? Do we want to start with the business partners, maybe?
Yeah, I was thinking that too, actually.
Okay.
So maybe we're in the orchard itself, and you're kind of giving
Alright.
me, like, maybe you're giving me a walk of the grounds now that we're adults, like new trees, new types of apples, and we're just discussing logistics, perhaps.
And, yeah, and Leroy would probably be smoking a cigar now that he's a full-fledged entrepreneur, I think.
And Oren is dressed like impeccably, like, top hat, waistcoat, cane, gloves, that sort of thing. Not really being fussy about it, like mud on his shoes is not like freaking him out or anything, but very much dressed like a proper gentleman.
And Leroy is dressed not impeccably. Just, he's not, he's just semi-formal.
You've done wonders with the orchard, Mr. Abbott.
Yes, I know. Thank you. It actually helps now that the railroad has arrived.
I am sure, and that is aiding our distribution efforts across the coast, you said?
Yep.
Wonderful. I will get... My apologies, Mr. Abbott. I will get the new contract sent over to you in the next few days. The lawyer is finalizing details, of course. But I'm very excited for this next endeavor. Applesauce.
Oh, no, it's fine. Applesauce?
I'm thinking applesauce in markets all up and down the coast.
Well, I do admit applesauce might sound like, an inexpensive idea, but I'm not really sure how to make applesauce, if you know what I mean.
I will take care of that. You're providing the apples, of course. I have the infrastructure and facilities to ideally get it done. We should see profits yielding next year, perhaps, if things go well, assuming the harvest is going well. It looks like it's fantastic, though.
Leroy takes a puff of a cigar and, well, he's like, okay, all right, sir.
Please don't call me sir. We go.
Right. Oh, right. I forgot. We're not school children anymore.
We are in business together, Mr. Abbott. I simply use your last name because it is the proper thing to do. I could call you Leroy if you prefer.
No, it's fine, Mr. King.
Have you seen anyone else? I must confess I've not really left my home since returning.
Well, I've only just saw Hawk. Well, C and I are basically a couple now.
Wonderful. I'm
Well,
so happy for you.
thanks. I mean, I've never actually experienced what it's like to actually be a couple, to at least be married, or, well, courting for that matter. I always just thought it was just boring and icky and stuff. But well, we've been courting for 10 years now, and it's actually good. And it's great.
I am so happy to hear that. Are there wedding bells soon? Perhaps I could offer the king estate to hold your nuptials in.
Well, I'm not sure if there are going to be nuptials yet, but there will be soon in the summer.
Wonderful. And
Well,
have you...
I can at least afford a wedding.
Don't worry about that, my friend. We'll be making... What's the word the youth are using now? Oodles of money soon. Oodles of money.
You mean plenty of money, or
Exactly.
many dollars?
Exactly. And Oren gives a little smile and a wink to that. Have you heard from Maria or Fizz at all?
Fizz, I'm not really sure. He's been very busy lately, and he takes a puff of a cigar again. But I have heard from Maria. She's actually busy with the bakery now.
Oh, wonderful. I should stop by. It's been too long.
All right.
You don't think she would be upset if I visited her, do you?
No. She won't be upset. And besides, you deserve to spend time with your friend. After all, you've known each other since you were kids, and it makes sense.
You're right. I've just been away so long, and so much has changed. It's a little nerve-inducing, I must admit.
Well, it's better than being 4 years away at sea.
There are some who would argue that 4 years away at sea would be paradise.
Well, it was for me at first, but then it gets pretty lonely, and, well, you don't have anyone to spend time with. And not to mention that you and your father might not be to each other at all. Fortunately, my father and I have reconciled after that.
I'm glad to hear that. He was never an easy man, but a respectable one.
Indeed he was.
I think I last spoke to him at my grandmother's funeral. He was a great comfort in those days.
He was. It's too bad he planned to retire soon and pass it on to me.
Well, that is the way of things. I have taken over the King family estate. I might not be the oldest, but I was the heir, it seems. And, strange where life takes us, Leroy. Who would have ever guessed we would have been in business together?
Yeah. I mean, one minute we were rivals in school since we were both orphans and all, and the next minute we're not business partners. Besides, you, me as business partners, I mean, I never really imagined you as such. I just thought you were just my super pussy rival.
Well,
And nothing more. And at least until we got older.
I must
And
admit,
circumstances changed.
I must admit, my opinion of you was not the highest either, Mr. Abbott, but I'm so glad we have grown up since then. It is a joy
Yeah.
to work with you.
And it's a joy working with you too, Mr. King.
Well, shall we? Tea? My treat,
Yes.
of course.
Well, yeah, let's just have a tea.
And the Orin will lead Leroy to his carriage to take him into town for a nice tea.
Okay. Leroy does that.
Oh, I enjoyed that. Oh, that was nice seeing them all grown up.
No longer rivals.
Do we want to do Hawk and Maria next?
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe like, do you want to do it like when they're setting up their booths, or like in the begin, like the morning rush of it?
What do you think?
I guess maybe setting up so that way we don't have to worry about customers too much, or like, you know, because obviously we're going to be
Yeah.
popular.
Mhm.
So I think it's another case of like Maria coming to visit you because she managed to have her two little siblings like, all right, you're old enough, you can finish setup, I'm gonna go take a breather, kind of thing. Like, so she has been learning a little bit from Hawk, and just a little bit here and there. And I think she brings over, because I just tabbed a whole bunch of apple recipes, Spanish apple recipes. She brings over a couple of apple empanadas. And how does she see you? Like, what specifically are you doing at the moment for setup?
I think that Hawk is like organizing the various items in the booth, and I think this isn't necessarily like things. I think this is more like, I don't know if all these are for like sale or if it's rental or if like these are even just things you can borrow, because I think a lot of it is like, did you forget your gloves? Here, we have gloves for you to pick the apples if you don't want to get your hands too dirty, or like things like that are like, here are the spices to go in the apple butter, or like that sort of thing. And so I think like a lot of it is just like things like that. So like very much I am prepared for any eventuality, is kind of the vibe.
She'd be such a prepper.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of where you see them just like going through, making sure everything is handled and organized. Gloves are organized by size. We have the gloves for the kids. We have the gloves for women with small hands, gloves for women with large hands, and all that. You know, on and on.
Yeah. So I think she comes up behind you and is like, I see you forgot something.
What did I forget?
Breakfast. And hands you over an empanada.
Right, breakfast.
You didn't
That's
eat,
the
did
hardest
you?
thing of all to remember.
Here, take this.
Yeah, they take it.
It
Smells good.
just finished a whole batch. I had one of my siblings go and get it, so I didn't have to keep running back and forth from the bakery. it is nice to, and she's like rubbing the back of her neck. Nice to be able to be the one to order my siblings around. And they listen.
Yep. Well, who wouldn't listen to you? You obviously know what you're doing.
I mean, I've been doing it since I was their age. I should know, right?
Oh, exactly.
So,
Not just like taking a big bite, as you
Yeah.
say, just like kind of the realization of, I did not realize it, but actually I am hungry is kind of.
yeah. And she actually has another empanada in her because she's wearing an apron. And so she has a couple, like, she preps in that way. It's like she always has food with her.
Yeah.
And she looks around and is like, so, is Leroy here yet? Has he come to say hi yet?
I haven't seen him yet, but I assume he's here somewhere. This is kind of a pretty important day for the apple farm, so.
Well, of course. But I hope he comes and stops by to see you and give you an excuse to take a step away from here, you know? I could always send one of my siblings to watch things while you and Leroy have some time apple picking. And she says that in a way where it's like she doesn't mean apple picking.
I mean, I think some of those activities should maybe, happen when we're alone and not when half the town is here to help us with
You have
apple
to have
picking.
some thrill. When we were young, we found plenty of places just to be stupid in. Like the fairy ring. Remember the fairy ring? That was not too far from here, I
Yeah.
don't think. And Leroy only
Do you ever
found
do
us
any of-
because, he knows his land, of course.
Did you ever do any of that type of stupid, though? I never really heard many rumors about you and any of the boys or the girls. You know what I'm saying?
I've been too busy. I had a couple of invitations to do silly, stupid things, but there was always there was always one of them getting sick or I have to take over. And then once, my brothers and sisters got married and they left, she's just kind of like the size. But it's okay. I do other fun things.
I feel as though we always fall into the same pattern of telling each other to live more and then not taking our own advice.
I'm not at my booth. Do you see? I've taken your advice. You should take more of mine.
Yes, you're learning to delegate. We'd love to see it.
And when will you delegate?
Well, I don't have any convenient siblings to order around.
I could write you a sibling if you'd like. Maybe they'd be more appreciative.
Siblings for hire. New business venture.
Exactly. I was forced to do it for free, but now I can have my siblings. I can get paid for it. And of course, she's saying this with a bright laugh, all that. And you see her looking around. It's like, have you seen Oren yet?
Not to talk to them. I've seen them a bit just because, they're working with Leroy now, but
I've been meaning to. I know
they were busy. I was busy. You know how it is.
Yeah, and I know they've been back for like a week, and I've been meaning to. I keep making a new batch of a welcoming basket. I actually have one underneath the table, and I keep wanting to come and deliver it to them because they're busy. Of course they're busy, but I just. And she kind of just shrugs.
Do you need help getting them over here? You seem a little shy and reluctant. I'm not used to thinking of you as being shy.
Well, it's just you had the excuse of you being with Leroy and by extension got to see Oren, and Fitz is still not back, and so I can't use Fitz to possibly see Oren. It would be, we're older now. I can't just go over a man's house. Not even Mithia did that. She always complained that she wanted to, but she never did that.
Well, I mean, you could always use business as an excuse. Perhaps you have to buy some apple butter or some jam or some such for your bakery, your family's bakery.
I mean, I could. We make some good ones ourselves, but I guess. Well, he's supposed to be here today, right? I mean, everybody's supposed to be here. And she starts playing with her hair, like she doesn't realize she's doing it, like just like to make it look nice and everything. Well, if you see him, let him know I have a welcoming gift for him.
I'll let him know. And I think there's a little bit too much of a smile
Yeah.
on like Hawk's face in
And
the
I
way
think-
that you're probably like, oh no.
And yeah, and she was like, here, and she just takes out 2 empanadas as if that's gonna buy your silence, like and puts it in your hands.
You'd buy mine.
I can't. Hawk can't talk if Hawk's mouth is full.
Exactly. I'll send a sibling over in a little bit. All right. Trial basis.
Right. I will make sure that they learn a lot when they're with me.
Exactly. And then she just kind of like stops for a second, looks at you, and's like, "I'm watching you," and then like goes back to her booth.
Oh, I
Okay,
love
what
that.
would we like to see next? Do we want to move straight to Maria and Oren?
Sure.
Excellent. I assume Oren finally comes by her booth, or did you want it somewhere else, or?
I think he would have probably, like, not at an improper time, but would have stopped at your home to pay a visit, like a traditional call. Does that make sense?
Yeah. We are doing like a festival event, so
Yeah.
would be the
So
thing.
the
though.
idea is that we're doing like an event
Oh,
chapter
right,
that's
right,
all kind
right,
of centered around.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So he would have. So after taking Leroy to tea, he probably would have stopped by Maria's booth.
Okay.
And
Um,
I'm assuming he would have approached when she wasn't like actively looking up when she was working on something, so it could be kind of like a surprise.
Yeah, I think so I found there's a recipe for caramel apple taquitos. So
real
so she's
good.
making like so she's making like a pyramid of them, like trying to make it like look like, you know, presentable and everything. So she's like really focused to make sure they just don't all like roll off and collapse.
Excuse me, miss. I was wondering if you perhaps had any sardine taquitos.
And like obviously she hasn't heard your voice in forever, so she doesn't recognize your voice, and she's like makes a look, and I think she mutters in Spanish like, these gringos, like considering, good sir, and she hasn't turned to look at you as she puts the last taquito on top, that this is an apple festival. There are no sardines or any kind of fish in a taquito for dessert.
Well,
And she
that's
turns.
that's a shame. It's an untapped market, and he just kind of
And she
smiles
turns
at
and
her.
looks at you. Yeah, and I think it takes a moment, and she's like, and she was like kind of just cock her head, and it's like, Oren, is that you?
The one and only. He lives.
Oh, and she like tries not to scream like a like a silly girl, and she just does like a light like pet, like just like a tap on your like, so like, don't scare me like that. Sardines, of course I should have realized it was you. To dare affront me with such things.
Well, someone's got to keep you on your toes. It's good to see you, old friend. I'm sorry I didn't write more.
It's okay. You were busy being popular, being you know, smart and businessy. It seems.
Well, 1 out of 3 isn't bad, I suppose.
Well, oh, you're still not smart?
Or popular. No, never. Never once in my life. But I just had tea with Leroy. We were discussing some applesauce venture that we plan to take up the coast. And I figured I would stay and see the sights and catch up with everyone.
Oh, yeah. 1 second. And she's like looking at her display and looking at one of the kids like semi working. And it's like, oh, they're fine. And she goes around and she ducks under and she brings out this like huge, like impossibly large, like picnic like basket and brings it over. And it's covered in like a traditional like Spanish kind of cloth and everything. And this is for you. It's freshly baked.
Well, thank you first, obviously, but you didn't know you were going to see me today.
I had a hunch, and she's like looking away in a way that you've seen like her attempt to lie in the past of like, yeah. But yes, it has some of your favorites in there and some new recipes and some other little things that you can look at when you're at home. It's not all baked goods, but it's mostly baked goods. And, just, I doubt you found anything like this where you were.
I can assure you I found nothing like this at school. But perhaps you could take a small break and join me while we indulge in some of these treats. Eating pastry alone is never a good decision.
She flusters like, oh yeah, un momento, and then she goes. And it sounds like yelling as she's like telling her siblings like, okay, you're manning the store, blah blah blah. If anything happens, go run and see Hawk. We'll be back in a short time. Don't eat all the product. And she's saying that all in Spanish, and the kids are like, yes, like go. And she like takes off her apron and like again does her hair, like make sure her hair is fine and okay.
So, what else has been new? I saw there were boarding houses, a new railroad. I hardly recognize anything, so I suppose new is subjective.
Well, yes, there's that, and the gatito, the cat that everybody loved, the cat has recruited more. So if you see a group of cats going down an alley, do not follow them unless you have treats for them.
Yes. I also heard that Astrid is still alive, although I don't know how that is humanly possible considering she was ancient when we were children.
Oh, well, her secrets on that I am not allowed to divulge. But I have an understanding.
Oh, so you will be the next town witch. I knew I made the right friend.
Oh, it's better than what they actually say. But yes, I mean, you never know. Someone has to take the mantle eventually.
Indeed, one does. Perhaps someday you could help me still see that ghost I want to see.
She nods. There might be even more ghosts now.
More? Can this town handle more than one?
Possiblemente. We didn't think it could handle more cats, and yet here we are.
And how many cats are we up to?
Oh, the last I saw was about 6, but my siblings, they claim that there are 12 or more of them.
Wow.
But you can't always believe what my siblings say. They like to indulge and embellish.
Who doesn't? I really am sorry I didn't write more, my friend. I wrote when I could, but it was not
And
enough.
I appreciate every single letter you sent. It's nice to know that, you had thoughts of here, after all. Besides, of course, for your abuelita and all that.
Yes, the funeral was really difficult.
I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I hope you received our family's flowers and everything correctly.
We did, thank you. I kept several of them dried and pressed for the memory.
And she smiles at that. Oh, that's good to know. So, what has been new with you besides this new business venture and applesauce?
Let's see. I have recently returned to town. I have graduated. I am now considered, despite my age, the patriarch of the King clan.
Congratulations.
Which is strange. I don't know how I feel about it. Me and Fizz have gotten quite close. We saw each other often. And let's see, my cousin has moved to town, David Goldstone. He's a printmaker.
Oh, very nice.
Yes. Everything is well. Everything is as it should be.
I don't see a ring on your finger.
Oh, no. I have yet to find a suitable match, according to my family's standards.
Oh. What are your family's standards?
Well, if you listen to the Goldstone side of the family, a love match would be ideal. If you listen to the Kings, money. Money. So I'm hoping to make enough of it that argument becomes irrelevant.
She nods, like, well, that's understandable. I mean, we all want to be able to live comfortably and everything. I mean, my older siblings, were comfortable enough to move away.
All of your siblings are gone?
Yes, that's only me and the little ones. So I've taken up the mantle of the bakery and everything. But if there's I do offer, and she kind of looks around, even though there's no one around, as we're eating some of the pastries and such. If you would like a tarot reading or a something to have an idea on who might be your future partner.
You know I could never resist one of your tarot readings. I would absolutely love that.
Excellent. It is at the witch's house. If my family knew I was doing anything similar to what my tia was doing, they would have a conniption, I think. So.
Well, perhaps after the festival then. I would hate to take you away from your own business. And it seems that we must make the rounds. After our picnic, of course.
Of course, yes.
Unless you wanted
to
do it...
Are you liking everything?
Yes, everything is wonderful. The town has really blossomed over the years. I was quite surprised to see how... Diverse is not the right word. We've always had a diverse town, but how diverse the town is.
Yes, we're getting a lot more prospects and a lot more business, which I think is good for the growth.
And the crime has not been impacted in the town at all? It's still a safe place?
Yes, for the most part. Other than the cat crimes, of course.
No.
That's why they're called the Mafia now.
Cats cannot commit crimes. This we well know.
Of course. It's so good seeing you.
It is so
and
good
she's
to
like
see
just
you
staring
too.
at you.
And and he's staring back at her, like probably very different reasons.
Yeah.
It is truly good to see you. Your aunt is okay?
Yes, she finally found someone.
Oh dear, and who did she find?
Wow. And I think she goes into, because we haven't figured that out, like in the description, but like that they've been courting for a couple of years now, because her aunt wants to make sure, like, and all that. And yeah, I think we could fade to black on that scene.
Perfect.
But yes, she is over the moon. Nothing her siblings can do to mess up this day.
All right. Crow, you ready for Hawk and Leroy?
Yes. So I guess this is when Leroy shows up and he's like, "Hey, you."
Oh, hi. Bria said she's let me borrow one of her siblings. Let me just... So she kind of like grabs one of the siblings. Is like, hey, how's it
Hey,
How's it going?
going all right. He gives her a kiss on the cheek. I know. My breath smells like cigars.
It's all right.
So,
Things seem to be
how's the business going?
good. You know, a lot of people are coming to help with the apple picking, and we're making sure that they're either getting, you know, a little bit of monetary payment, or they're getting to take home some apples, that sort of thing, and kind of keeping track of everyone who's helping. I know your dad said that I should maybe step back a little bit now that you're home. I'm not really great at stepping back from things. You know that about me.
I know. It's one of your very admirable qualities / flaws.
I'll try and do better. It's not that I don't think that you're fully capable. It's just I'm really used to handling everything myself, you know? I guess I'm still not used to having you back.
Well, all right then. How about we just have a break, the two of us, on a date?
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Great. So, by the way, speaking of apple business, my father planned on retiring and passing it on to me, the apple business. And, since he's seen how capable I am, he'll, pass it down. He's
Yeah.
getting old, no?
How do you feel about that? I mean, I know when we were younger, you really hated the idea. Have you decided that you like it, or is
I'm
this
not really
just...
sure. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I mean, I already tried sailing, and I already know how, and look how that turned out.
Yeah. I don't want you to feel like you have to do this if this isn't what you want to do, you know?
I know.
Because
And
I'm...
he's,
Go ahead.
and I think Leroy's silent for a moment. Like, he just feels quiet, thinking about his dreams of being a sailor and all that, and how that fell apart when he actually went on the sailing. Well, I mean, sailing was what I wanted until it wasn't when I got to try it out for myself. So, I don't know. What do you think about me taking over the Apple business?
Well, I think if that's what you want, I think it's great. And like, you have time to try it out and see how you feel. I mean, I was helping your dad a lot while you were away. So if you decide that there's something else you want to do, then I'm fully in support of that, you know?
Thanks.
I think they look around to make sure that like no one else is looking. They're like gonna give you a quick kiss.
Leroy will take that kiss.
Yeah.
And he chuckles a little.
Is there anything else you want for this scene, you think?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So the only thing we have left on our list are seeing some of the connections. Are there any particular connections we would like to see? Do we have any other scenes we'd like to add? Thoughts?
All right. All right. You did good work.
Yeah, what do we want to see first?
Wilson and Leroy.
Yeah, I'm up for that. I kind of have an idea. I think that Wilson has he's like kind of made this into a field trip. Like been like, hey, kids of my school who I teach, like we're gonna have a day out for apple picking, and like I'm gonna intersperse like some lessons in, but it's also gonna just be fun, and like you're gonna have a chance to see a type of business that maybe you're not familiar with, to kind of see like maybe this is something you want to do when you grow up, and like kind of those are the vibes. So he's like out with his class and they're all helping, so got a bunch of like kids running around just like we had when we were all younger and doing the apple picking.
And Leroy has gone back to survey the apple fields. And then he sees Wilson.
Leroy, how's it going?
Fine.
I hope none of my kids have caused any problems. I'm trying to keep an eye on them, but you might have noticed there are a lot of them.
Well, there are a lot.
One of them was trying to throw apples at the other kids. I think I've stopped that, so we should be good there. Some of them are more energetic, shall we say, in like picking the apples than others, but you know, if they don't pick a lot of apples, I think that's fine, you know.
Huh. Well, it kind of the kid throwing apples only to have it be put to his dog kind of reminds me of me, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely sounds like something you would have done.
Yeah, but alas, I'm not a child anymore.
I mean, there are other ways to have fun, you know.
Well, I don't have time for fun. I only have time for business.
You know, something that I am trying to instill in the kids is that fun is an important part of business. You know, I think that it's important to both take time for yourself and also that you can learn through fun, and that the lessons you learn when you are having fun are sometimes better than the ones that you learn in other ways because you remember them better.
Yeah, but doesn't that seem a bit, nostalgic and childish?
Well, I mean, I am dealing with children, so comes with the territory, I suppose.
I suppose.
You know, I think everyone needs breaks and to find, you know, ways to, you know, make their work meaningful, I guess.
Well, speaking of breaks, I'm already planning to take one with Hawk. she's the one I'm courting at the moment. Well, okay, well, not at the moment. More like we're actually courting, and we might possibly get engaged, but not yet.
Well, they've been waiting all this time, so I suppose it's something you can take your time with.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going good between the two of you?
Yeah, they are. We're
Excellent.
well, yeah, they are. It is excellent. So,
Is there anything else you think you want from this scene?
No, nothing else. But
Okay.
I think, yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right, what would we like to see next?
Do we want to do Emerson and Diana? Maria, why am I? You're Diana.
No worries. Yeah.
I did that in
It
the other.
happens.
I did that in the other AP the other day too. And I was like, wait, that's not right. Anyway, do we want to do Emerson and Maria?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Obviously, Maria is floating on the high of having a nice little picnic date, little lunch with Oren.
So is this would this? So this would be after Oren brought Maria back to her booth.
Yeah, I think so.
Good afternoon, Miss Reyes. It is a pleasure as always to see you.
And she's already has like the silly smile on her face, and it goes a little bit like like one of her favorite customers, like Mr. Price. I was so hoping you'd show up today.
I would never miss it. Your baking is what gets me up in the morning.
That's always a good thing to hear from some of my favorite customers. I do have a couple of new things for today's event if you're interested.
I am, but I had a question for you first.
Of course.
As you know, I am doing well, and I have already spoken to your parents in regards to this, but I was wondering if you would perhaps like to join me for dinner tonight. They have, of course, agreed.
And she's very confused because no one's ever asked her parents for anything regarding her. It's like, oh, well, I guess that, sure. I don't see an issue with that if, for, and she just completely flummoxed and like, huh, okay.
Perhaps
A nice dinner.
Yes, perhaps I should pick you up at 5 o'clock.
We should be finished here. Yes, that'll be okay. I won't have much time to freshen up. Is that
No worries. I will pick you up at 6 o'clock then, on the dot.
okay? Yeah. Is this regarding any business matters? The dinner?
Potentially in the future, yes.
Oh well. And she like feels a little more comfortable. It's like, oh, that's what this is. Okay. Here,
I mean,
have a taquito on me. And it's one of the newer options.
I will enjoy this thoroughly. Perhaps you can tell me what your favorite flower is so that I could... You know what?
Well,
No worries, I'll surprise you.
she nods.
And wear something nice, perhaps? We could take a stroll in the early evening? Perhaps even get some ice cream?
Ice cream I haven't had. Yes, that you're being ever so generous, Mr. Price.
I assure you, you agreeing to go out with me tonight is the true generosity.
Well, if my parents said it was okay, then of course.
Nothing would please them more.
Hmm. I'll then see you at 6 then. Or what could be a start of something nice.
If does she extend her hand?
She does.
He kisses her knuckles and smiles very kindly at her. It is a date then, Miss Reyes. I will see you at 6 o'clock. Good day. And he, as he's walking away, he munches the taquito and stops. Exceptional. And then just keeps walking.
Neko, I can't. It's been so long since I played a traditional game. Resolve token for. Would I be paying or be just for Hawk to have witnessed this? Maybe she was returning like one of my siblings or something.
Yeah, Resolve token probably.
Yeah,
I can pay it or you can pay it, doesn't matter.
I'll pay it since I'm asking you to be a witness. Resolve token for you. Yeah, so make that what you will, Hawk.
Okay. So that just leaves us with Merrick and Oren.
Excellent.
All right then. So I imagine that since Merrick and Oren are basically going to be actors, where are they going to meet? Oh yeah, they're going to be at the Apple, or they're going to be right at near the Apple Orchard.
Okay. And Merrick, or I guess Oren doesn't know Merrick is here either, so that'll be interesting. So Oren is probably walking around. Does he keep this picnic basket with the blanket, or did he get that back to Maria?
She would have insisted him to keep it.
Okay.
Because there was like other things in it, even if we deployed a lot of food in it.
Okay, so yeah, walking around, admiring the boots, just like looking more fully relaxed now that he's home and he realizes home is home, and though it looks different, it's still the same. So, his cravat is probably a little looser. He's probably taken off the top hat and put it inside the picnic basket, just enjoying himself. Like, he's not like inappropriately undressed, but very much more casual, which is the nature of what this is. It's good to be home.
And Merrick says, like, oh, Oren, hello there.
Merrick?
Yeah, I know. I don't need to make a dramatic entrance for that.
What are you doing here? How did you get here?
Yeah. No questions. Well,
I've got plenty
actually,
of
I
questions.
basically showed up at the Apple Festival, and I just saw you, and I happened to be like, oh yeah, this might be the perfect time for me to talk to my, I don't know, ex, or situationship ex, if you know what I mean.
No, but why did you come here? I broke up
By
with
training.
you.
By training, silly.
Merrick, this is deeply inappropriate. I broke up with you.
Yeah, but why would you even want to break up with me? I mean, well, yeah, I already know why you broke up with me. It's just that, well, okay. Well, look, it's complicated.
Is it?
I don't know. You made it. I mean, we're the ones who made it complicated.
Look, oh God. Where are you staying?
At the boarded house. Duh.
What? Okay, just get your stuff and meet me at my home. You can stay with me. It would be my grandmother's would be rolling over in her grave if she knew that I was making you stay in a boarding house.
Oh, okay. I'll just get my stuff then.
Okay. I. And Orin just is completely short circuiting. I can't believe you came to Three Rivers.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe it myself. But then I thought, what better way to surprise you by, well, meeting is by, I don't know, showing up right here to surprise you.
You have certainly surprised me. You have very yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have you met anyone in town yet?
No, I have not at the moment.
Great. I'm not great. Well, okay. Well, you're here now. Well, okay. Get your stuff. My address. He pulls a card out from his pocket. My address is there. Please come there. The staff will get you situated in the guest room on the western wing. Yes.
The Western Wing?
Yes.
Like, as in birds, or?
As in the wing of the house.
Oh, right. Got it.
It sounds far more impressive than it is. It's not that big. But, yes. Tell them that I said the guest room on the western wing. Hand them that card. They'll know you got it from me. Everything will be fine. I will be home for supper this evening. We can dine together, catch up, and I will figure out what to do about. Yes, we will have dinner tonight, and perhaps soon I can introduce you to people around town so you don't feel quite so strange here.
Okay, sir. I'll deal with that.
Perfect. It's good to see you, Merrick.
Well, it's nice to see you again after being in school for so long.
Yes. I cannot believe you're here. Does David know you're here?
Well, he does, kind of, but, well, maybe.
What does kind of mean?
Okay, fine, he did know I was here.
He did know you were coming, and he didn't tell me.
Yeah. Yes. Well, he told me. Well, I already told him that I'd be coming, and, well, you get the idea.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
Oh, no. You don't need to. Mate, it's a good thing that we actually met again. Isn't that a coincidence?
You decided to come to my home. There's nothing coincidental about that, Merrick.
Okay, you're right. Fair enough.
And Orin stops walking and turns to face Merrick. It's good to see you, though. I have missed you.
Well,
my apologies.
I
It
missed
startled
you
me.
too. Well, I missed you too, and do apologize for startling you. It was, well, surprising.
Yes, surprising. Okay. I can handle this. Everything is fine. I will see you for dinner tonight. I have some business to take care of. Are you fine at the festival on your own? Can I help you get somewhere?
Of course I am. Of course I am, darling.
Right. Oh, here, take an empanada. Try this. It was made by a friend of mine. It's delicious. You'll enjoy this. I will spend a resolve
Friend?
token for at the end of this scene, Diana to see this Merrick guy walking around with one of her empanadas that she did not sell to him.
Thank you, but I never actually tried any of that before.
Oh, it's the best. It was made by my friend Maria. She is incredible. She can
I will
bake.
happily take this resolve token, by the way.
She will.
Oh,
She
and
can bake
Merrick's like, oh,
anything.
okay. And
She
Merrick's
has-
like, oh, all right then. And
Uh,
he's like, oh
yeah.
my god, it tastes so good.
It does. It does. However, I am going to leave you now. I need to go take care of something, and I will see you for
All right.
supper.
Okay, sure.
Enjoy the festival. And
Of course.
and Oren will go into like hug Merrick, and then like
And Merrick
this-
will hug Orin, but in a friendly way because, well, he already understands that they're exes now.
but Oren also might make the hug last just a little too long. That's more than just a friendly hug. Nothing inappropriate, obviously, but it's just like, the boy doth protest too much.
All right.
Okay.
So that is the end of our novel chapter. Let's take a break about like 5 minutes. Sound good to everyone?
So come back right around
Okay.
5.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect, and then we'll play till 5:30. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to transition this out. And transition is back in. And we are back in. Nico, take it away.
Okay, so we move on to our next phase of play. This is our bosom enemy phase. This is very similar to how we did it as a child. The differences being that one, our tracker looks a little different. We're no longer writing down sentences. We're just marking if we did positive or negative. And two, we if you don't think you did either, that is fine. You don't need to do a scene or a vignette we also have the potential for, if we get enough checks on either side, to unlock a condition. So there will be consequences for our actions. We'll go into that more if it happens.
Okay.
But just know this is a little bit more serious now because we're adults who are expected to be held responsible for our actions. And yeah, so go ahead and think about that, and if you got any checks, and if so, what those checks were.
I think I got one of each, theoretically. I think going to see Maria like that and going on the picnic was a little impulsive, but I do think, at least from Oren's perspective, it was good about rebuilding that connection. But I do think inviting Merrick to come stay with him was impulsive in a bad way. So do I mark one of each?
I think I'm also going to mark one of each. I think that that Hawk was definitely a little controlling in some good ways and in some bad ways, like, you know, very much meddling in like Leroy's life and like trying to help Leroy figure out future plans, but also trying to take into account what like Leroy wanted, and they mean well, at least.
Well, for me, I'll have a little too, because Leroy was at least not being stubborn for once, and at least asking for help. But he was also being a bit stubborn about, you know, not having fun anymore as an adult. Because he's serious now.
Diana, what are you thinking for Maria?
I think positive. I think she showed that like she was like, yeah, she was doing her the family business, but she went to go visit Hawk and everything. She used her siblings. She had a really nice time with Oren and everything. And she's like, okay, I'll go on this dinner thing that might be business related, but it's like she was in a good mood. The guy was lucky, caught her after seeing Oren. And so I think it's like everything's coming up Maria. So for once, I'm not going to mark both and just get a positive.
Excellent. All right. So that takes us to our next phase, which is our rumor and scandal phase. So for each of us are going to have 2 turns where we can either create a rumor or spread a rumor. So unlike when we created them during the transition to adulthood and they had to be based on something, these can be based on anything, vibes, whatever. And again, they can be true, they don't have to be true. And spread are ones that are generally considered to be true. And when if you have a spread rumor, they it also gets a resolve token that is attached to it that you can then spend for to do something that would require a resolve token that is connected to that rumor. And Any rumors that do not get spread will become fading for our next time around, and any rumors that are fading and then are not spread in the next rumor and scandal cycle, rumor and scandal phase, then get crossed off, and people have stopped talking about them, that sort of thing. So that's kind of how these work. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, so give it a moment and think about what rumors you want to create. If you have created a rumor, be sure to read that out. If you decide to spread a rumor, also let people know about that.
Oh, okay. I'm not spreading it, but Oren was seen canoodling with a mysterious stranger from out of town.
I am spreading that one. That's juicy.
Leroy planned on proposing to Hawk.
I am totally spreading that around.
And creating a rumor. Some of the stock of the general store was supposed to go to a local orphanage as like a donation, but is being sold for profit instead. Whether or not that's true, who knows?
I don't know if I have a second rumor as of yet. Diana, are you making a rumor at all?
Yes, I technically have to. At least. Technically, you could just take 2 turns to spread 2, but I want to make a new one. Otherwise, we just have them all spread. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of something that's not the obvious rumor, something interesting. Okay, I have Maria's meeting up with some businessmen to sell the bakery off so she can run away from her obligations.
I've done my 2 turns. I think everyone else has done 1 turn.
Didn't I? Does spreading one count as one of your turns?
Yes.
Then I've done
Yes.
both of mine.
Okay.
I'll spread
Okay,
that
so-
rumor.
Ooh,
The one about the orphanage.
nice. So I still have a turn
So you
left.
can either
Yeah.
you can either spread that one or you can create a new rumor.
I I want to create a new one, which is obviously going to fade because it's just whoever's doing it.
I can't wait to see this.
Hawk is planning to turn Leroy down.
Oh,
Okay, so that is everyone's turn. So our spread rumors are Leroy has returned home from his time at sea and he's no longer a troublemaker. Maria's failed to find a husband. She's decided to take over the bakery instead of her older siblings. The general store has a lot more on offer than it used to, but Hawk might just burn themselves out trying to perfect it. Oren has returned home heartbroken. Rumor was that it was not a fully appropriate match. It was accepted and sequentially ignored. That it was his own impulsiveness that ended things, a character flaw from his childhood. It's a shame he hasn't grown out of that by now. Leroy's planning on proposing to Huck. Oren was seen canoodling with a mysterious stranger from out of town, and some of the stock at the general store was supposed to be donated to a local orphanage, but is being sold for profit instead. And our fading rumors are Maria's meeting up with a businessman to sell off the bakery so she can run away from her obligations, and Hawk is planning to turn Leroy down. All right. So that brings us to epistolary. This is, again, similar to when we were children. Each of us gets 2 turns. Some of the options are different. We can no longer do some of our child options, like writing a pretend newspaper article or making up a game or story or writing a school essay. But in addition to writing a letter and a diary or journal entry, we have some new options. We can now describe a dream or nightmare, or we can have a weather interlude. We did have weather interludes as options during the passage of time, and these are kind of the whole pathetic fallacy where you have used the weather to kind of dictate a mood, and use that for like a scene or vignette or a monologue. And the options for those are in our rules and play reference tab. So go ahead and think about this. And so for, again, you can do your turns as either your major character or one of the connections you play. If you are doing it as a connection you play, you do not have the option of doing the weather interlude or the dream or nightmare, but you can still do the letter and the diary or journal entry.
okay. Okay, so I think I'm going to do a weather interlude for dusk, for the evening. And this is right after Oren has seen Merrick, invited Merrick to live at his home instead of the boarding house, because that would just be scandalous. For a friend of a family to not be staying with him. And Oren has headed home and is in his study, just sitting at his desk. This is bad. This is very, very, very bad. Merrick is not an appropriate match for me, and he's all I can think about. And now he is here. He has come to Three Rivers, and I don't know what to do. If I am rude, I will shame the family. If I give in to his pursuit, it would be scandal for the family, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It can never be. It is not right. I have to control this family. I have to lead this family into a new era, and being distracted will never help that. And he pours himself like 2 fingers of brandy and just kind of sits there sipping it till Merrick arrives.
Well, I'll do a little weather into that for. I'll have a weather into Leroy, and it will be basically a dawn monologue. Leroy gets up and he thinks about what he's gonna do. And yes, he has bought the wedding ring and he's planning on proposing to Hawk. So that way they can make their wedding so that way they can at least make their engagement official. He thinks about the business, he thinks about his father, and he thinks that if they get married, they'll probably have kids, and maybe Leroy will teach his future children about the ways of the business world too, if they're at least ready and a little old enough to do so. So yeah, that's my dawn monologue. Interlude.
I think that Hawk has a nightmare, has like fallen asleep doing the books or something. And like, I think the nightmare is over multiple things. It's like, what if like bad publicity causes the store to like collapse and everything fails, and then I will have nothing. And well, I love Leroy, but we've been apart for so long, and I am a different person than I was the last time we were together. What if it no longer works when we are here and seeing each other all the time? And like, just all of these anxieties about various different things kind of manifest as like, I think there's like the idea of the dream is that like, it's like a political rally where like they're having to answer questions and like do a debate, and like it just goes downhill, and like, yeah, I think just kind of lots of little anxieties kind of piling up for someone who does not take enough time off ever.
Whoa.
Sorry, there are emergency vehicles running by, so I'm muted for a moment more.
You are all good, my friend.
But the first one is she's going to do a tarot doing a crush tarot spread, something she hadn't been willing to do until now that she's seen Orin and everything. So in the first spread, the first card is, how does my crush see me? And she got the 9 of Wands. I did a generator, so I'm not, because I don't know all the meanings by heart like I do with flower interpretations, as Neko knows. And so 9 of Wands, upright, can mean resilience, perseverance, close to success, fatigue. So Orin obviously sees that I am persevering and succeeding. That's a positive thing, right? That's good. The second card in the spread is, what feelings do they have for me? And I got the 5 of Swords. So hold on, because I was trying to get this done. Not a good card to get for for this one, because the feelings they have towards me, it's upright. So the keywords are aggression, bullying, intimidation, conflict, hostility, stress. So they see me possibly as like, their feelings are maybe she'll interpret it as like conflicting, like they don't know what they feel towards Maria, which she's like, that makes sense. We just met again, obviously everything's new. And the third card is what stands between us, and it is death upright. But as people should know, the card of death does not mean death. In this tab, it means a significant change, an end of a chapter, beginning of a new one, new opportunities and personal growth. So gives her hope that there's significant change happening. Yeah, that's standing between us because he's just come back. She's taking over everything, but there's chance for new growth. So it doesn't mean there's not a possibility in this happening. And then finally, what's the potential future of this connection? She got the Two of Swords, which is there's going to be struggle, like conflict and everything. So if she wants this to happen, it's not going to be an easy love story. And while this spread gave her a bit of like trepidation and everything, it also means it's not all doom and gloom quite yet. It's just okay. And she's willing to work for it. So that is, I'll take this as like as a weather interlude kind of like vignette of like what she's doing and what she's seeing for the future. So yeah, that's my first epistolary for that.
Sweet. Oh, that was like so like on the nose too.
All right, so we are coming up close to time. We still have to do stars and wishes. What I was thinking is we could stop epistolary here now that we've each had one turn, and we can pick up at the beginning of next week so that Stephen has a chance to join us. We all have a letter if we need to respond to Stephen or want to do with something else. How does that sound to everyone?
That sounds great. Now,
Sounds good.
just to
Yeah, sounds
confirm, we're going to do every other week still and meet on the 21st, correct?
Yeah.
Good. I only asked
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just wanted to confirm because Steven is out of...
The next week that we meet.
Perfect. Okay, just Steven's out of town next week, and I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and do some stars and wishes.
Let's see. Oh, go ahead, Diana.
Stars to Crow for I loved Merrick. I think he did a great job as Merrick. Definitely I'm here for the drama that Merrick's going to cause, but I also love like the difference between how Leroy acted as a kid to now, like him realizing like, wow, the sea sucked. I can't believe I did that for so many years. And trying to figure out like I like the bit where he leaned into like, yes, business and everything, but also still worrying about, yeah, I'm doing this business, but is that me? Like, I'm not sure. And the only thing that he is sure of is his love for Hawk. So stars definitely for that. I'm also going to star Neko and mine's scene where we're like, we got to take each other's advice, and yet we don't.
I am going to star you, Diana, and just seeing the adult version of Maria. It was very kind of funny because it's like she's exactly the same, but also completely different. And that was really cool. I thought we all actually did a really good job of that too. And also give Crow a star because I liked seeing the adult version of Leroy. And it was fun getting to play Leroy and Oren together as these new business partners, which who would have ever guessed that would have happened. But I kind of loved it because you see it with siblings, and like I have a cousin myself that when we were kids we fought like dogs with each other, but then in adulthood our personalities like mesh even better. It's a really fascinating concept to me, and that was really cool. So those are my stars for today.
Well, my star is basically, my star is basically seeing the adult versions of our characters now that they're all grown up, and seeing that in action. Yeah, and well, as for my wish, it'd probably be like, seeing Fizz again.
Yeah.
So my star is how much of the pressure on Orin is actually internal. Like, they are holding themselves so much to like family values and stuff, even though like the person who was in charge of putting those on you is gone now. But like, you have internalized that so much, and I just think that's so interesting, seeing like you held in a cage by, you know, something that was not yours but has become yours,
Totally.
if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, totally. I think I'm glad that came across. It's exactly what I wanted it to look like. That was great.
Yeah.
So wishes real quick. I really want to see this like heartbreak between Orin and Maria. I think it's really fascinating. I also think we'll see a resolution with it because I think that there's something beautiful about that friendship. So I'm really excited for that. I am really excited to potentially see the wedding of Leroy and Fizz and Hawk, not Fizz. My bad. That would be that would be a totally fun scene to play. Is that wedding? I cannot wait to like have this tarot reading and see Maria become the next town witch. There's so much I wish for. I think there's a lot of fun stuff happening.
Wishes, yeah, like to see the heartbreak and see how that resolves itself. And yeah, obviously to see Fizz, see how we get Fizz to like cause more drama or maybe fix people and such. And yeah, that's what I can't wait to see.
Let's see. Everyone's already said Fizz, so I will not add to that, but I am looking forward to seeing Fizz. I think I'm kind of excited to get Drusella in here. I think Steven's gonna have a great time playing her. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Drusilla too. It's gonna be a lot of fun. She's gonna be a hoot. I can already tell.
Yep. Right.
And also, I just want
yeah.
to give it a shout out to everyone. I know we've had some scheduling issues, and viewers, like, you know, y'all are probably seeing this through YouTube primarily, so you're not kind of witnessing all of it. I'm really glad that we've all kind of like stuck to it. I know scheduling is tough, especially in adulthood, especially with how busy our lives are and everything. And we will be finishing this game come hell or high water, so to speak. Me and Neko spoke about that earlier today. Neko, thank you for staying patient about that. I understand scheduling is always such a nightmare. So just thank you all for sticking with it. I really appreciate you all, and I'm just so glad we've got to do this today, truly. So
Okay.
Yep. And I'm looking forward to playing some more and to having Steven back.
Yes, and
Me too.
And guys, we have a really cool review for Nimble coming out, not this Monday, but the Monday after that, because Nimble is a fascinating little tactical 5e adjacent game. If you haven't checked it out, check that out. We have Last Caravan, which is going to be wrapping up by the end of this month, I believe. Or maybe end of June. I can't remember. I think we have... Okay, I guess mid-June. Okay. But we have Last Caravan wrapping up. That's going really well. Yeah, so this has just been really exciting. We're having a really great story told summer. Thank you so much for joining us. Please hop on the Discord and talk to us. We'd like to hear from you. Neko, again, thank you for running your truly amazing game for us. I enjoy it every time we get to play.
Yeah, and if it's okay, I do have a little announcement.
Yeah, by all means.
I'm finally far enough away that I've started thinking a little bit about expansions. Probably going to be a while before I get to them, but if people are enjoying this and want to influence the future of Castles in the Air, I did put together a survey to get some feedback on the expansions I'm thinking of coming up with for this. You can find that on my Tumblr, which is nerdyrevelries.tumblr.com.
Excellent. And Neko, if you want to send that to me, I will post that on our Discord and across our socials for people who might be interested. We can talk about where you want that posted to, because I don't want random people just like like they don't know the game. Like
Oh, it's on Tumblr. Like they can do it.
Okay, well then we'll
I am
send that.
excited for a future of CETA for sure.
Yeah, so just send me that link. I will participate in it, and it'll just get posted on the announcements page, and very exciting. Thank you so much for joining us today, everyone. We're gonna call it an evening now, so I'm gonna let everyone go. Have a good one, and see you soon. Bye.
Okay. See ya. Bye.